Medic Mind. Motivate, mentor, maximize.
Welcome to tutorial 11, interest questions. So in the UKCAT, you'll often get questions on tax and interest. And over the next two tutorials, tutorial 11 and tutorial 12, we'll cover both of these types of questions. So firstly, what's simple interest? Simple interest is when the amount of interest earned is fixed over time. So for example, let's say we go and put £100 into a bank and we get 30% simple interest. Or 30% of 100 is 30. So after a year, we'll have, at the start of year 2, we'll have £130 in the bank. At the end of year 3, we'll have £160 in the bank. After another year, we'll have £190 in the bank. And what you see is that the interest earned year on year is still £30. It's still 30% of the original investment of £100 into the bank. Compound interest, in contrast, changes over time. So, if we put £100 into the bank, after a year, we'll be at 130. Then, for the next year, we use 30% of the new value of 130. So, interest is based on the amount already earned or already in the bank, which means that we accumulate more and more interest each year. The percentage, 30%, stays the same, but the actual monetary value of the interest increases. So we do 30% of 130 to get £39, which brings us to 169 for year 3. Then, doing 30% of 169 and adding that to 169 brings us to 220 for year 4. So, if we're investing or putting in £100 into a bank, it's much more profitable for us to get compound interest than it is to get simple interest. And in real life, compound interest is the most common out of the two. In the UKCAT, you want to identify which type of interest they're asking you to calculate, as the calculation will vary considerably for both. So, let's have a look at a question. Tony took out a loan from Lakefield, his local bank. The interest rate was 5% per annum on the original amount year on year. If Tony borrowed $20,350 from Lakefield, how much interest does he pay over 4 years? For this question, the answer is B, 4,070. So first of all, you want to identify that the question is based on simple interest. It says the interest rate was 5% per annum on the original amount. So the keywords original amount tell us that it's simple interest. In questions, they won't tend to spell out the fact that it's simple interest by telling you explicitly. Instead, you'll have to look at phrases such as original amount and infer that it's simple interest. So, the calculation we do is the loan times the interest rate times the number of years. So, we'll do 20,350 times 1.05 times 4 to get our new value, and then we just minus the original investment of 20, or original amount borrowed, of 20,350 to get our answer 4,070, so £4,070, which is answer B. Moving on to the second question. Meanwhile, Tony's brother, Rush, took out £5,000 from a different bank, the Harvey Group, which charges compound interest of 3.5%. So here they spelt out the fact that it's compound interest for you. And notice, if in the previous question you had used compound interest, then perhaps you want to go back and recalculate the answer, because it's clearly telling you that this question is about compound interest and strongly hinting that the previous one was different and about simple interest. So the question says, how much does Rush have to pay back after 3 years? The answer for this question is C, 5,544. So it's compound interest here. So the best way to calculate is by doing 1.035 to the power of 3 times 5,000, the original amount. So remember, we haven't got the power function on our calculator as we saw in tutorial 9, adapting to test conditions. Therefore, rather than doing 1.035 times 5,000 and writing down the year 1 value, and then doing 5175 times 1.035, writing down the value, and then doing 5356 times 1.035 and getting 5,544. Instead of doing that, we would rather do 5,000 times 1.035 equals, and keep the number in your calculator and then just press times 1.035 equals, and then times 1.035 equals. This might sound very simple, but it'll save you a lot of time rather than writing down year by year the amount earned. And the answer we get is 5544. C.
Thank you for watching this free Medic Mind tutorial. We aim to make UKCAT revision simple, visual, but most importantly, affordable. For £20 you can unlock all 150 tutorials in our online course. You can also buy our 6 expert UKCAT guides written by a teacher who scored 900 in 3 sections. Or you can have all 150 video tutorials, each of the 6 UKCAT books and a full classroom course for just £35.
Medic Mind. Motivate, mentor, maximize.